at Rusty Bethel Drive. I'm Paisol Forbes. This is ZNS.
It's What's Trending with Jiminita Swain and the Bahama Beauty at the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas from Studio A. It all starts right now.
Hello and welcome everyone. It's Wednesday, March 26th, and you're tuned into the ultimate destination for all things lifestyle, entertainment, and everything in between. I'm Jiminita Swain, and you're watching What's Trending, the show where we bring you the latest trends, hottest news, and insider tips on living your best life. Whether you're here for fashion, food, fitness, or the latest buzz from social media, we've got you covered. Let's dive in. Former football star turned businessman Herschel Walker is in the running to become the next United States ambassador to the Bahamas. The nomination gained momentum this week with the latest update coming from the U.S. State Department. Walker's nomination has already been received by the Senate and is now in the hands of the Senate Committee for Foreign Relations. If confirmed, Walker will bring his unique blend of athletic fame and business savvy to the diplomatic table. Also of interest, the killer of Latin music icon Selena Quintanilla Perez may soon be granted a chance at parole. Yolanda Saldivar, who was also convicted of murdering the beloved singer in 1995, has served nearly 30 years in prison for the crime. Saldivar, who had been the president of Selena's fan club and a close confidant, shot the singer during a confrontation. Now, a parole hearing has been scheduled for Sunday. The decision could stir emotions among fans as Selena's legacy continues to live on in the hearts of millions. Well, it's World Spinach Day, and Popeye would be proud. Today, we celebrate the leafy green that's packed with nutrients and a punch of energy. Whether you love it fresh, sautéed, or blended into smoothies, spinach has earned its place as a superfood. Foodies, health enthusiasts, and even chefs are celebrating with creative spinach dishes. Think spinach pizza, salads, and even spinach ice cream. So whether you're cooking up something new or just enjoying a classic, today is the day to go green and enjoy the power of spinach. Well, we have an exciting show for you today. The president of the BAAAs will be joining us in studio to discuss Team Bahamas' recent triumphs, and Bark landed in Exuma to assist with the stray dog and cat population. These and much more after the break. You're watching What's Trending.
The 2025 festival season has officially begun with the 19th annual Bahamian Music and Heritage Festival in Georgetown, Exuma. The event was a spectacle of Bahamian rhythms and flavors that left everyone wanting more.
As Minister of Tourism, I want to give a special welcome to all of our guests who are here. This has always been a favorite for locals and visitors alike, and I say a special welcome and thank you for being here to join this celebration with us. As the Member of Parliament for Exuma, I say to Exumians, I love you, and it's still our pleasure to put on this event for your enjoyment and for the celebration of who we are, our music, our art, our culture, and our heritage.
This is absolutely an amazing opportunity to be here once again to showcase what I have in store in terms of culture, our cultural music. This 19th annual Heritage Festival is something that is so dear to me because this is Ministry of Tourism coming down on making sure, showing the Exumians and showing the country that they're all in, they're invested into culture and invested into the Bahamian thing. Also, not only that, it's the amount of guests that we have down here in Exuma, and we are here now to showcase our talents and showcase what we have to our guests, our visitors. What I always say is, to thine own self be true. We are culture. We are Bahamian. We know what the components are of our music. So if you want to hit a stage like a Heritage Festival, you know what the Heritage Festival is all about. It's all about our cultural music, which is the Rake and Scrape, which is the Gombe, which is John Canoe.
To keep updated with all things tourism, visit Tourism Today or Bahamas.com. I'm Joshua Robbins, and this is Tourism Today.
Team Bahamas making waves at the 2025 World Athletics Indoor Championships. All eyes are now on the upcoming Carifta Trials. With Bahamian athletes continuing to excel on the world stage, we will discuss with the president of the Bahamas Association of Athletic Associations, Dramico Archer, what it takes to stay at the top and what fans can expect the next generation of track and field stars to do. Welcome to What's Trending, Dramico.
Thank you so much for having me.
It's great to have you here. So Team Bahamas had an outstanding performance at the 2025 World Athletics Championships. So can you highlight some of the standout performances that made us all very proud?
Well, I think when you talk about standout, it isn't just winning a medal. We had a 10-member team that was whittled down to 5. One was really the veteran, and the others were really neophytes, new to the event, newly exposed, and in their own right, I think that they all did exceptionally well. Wendell Miller set a personal best record in the men's 400 meters. Denisha Cartwright set a personal best in the semifinals of the women's 60-meter hurdles. Camille Rutherford didn't set a personal best, but it was a debut on the world stage. And so I think that that is something special. But of course, the story of the day would obviously be the Twin Towers and Thea Charlton, the sister of Devon Charlton. She placed 6th in the long jump. That makes her the sixth best athlete in the world. And she's achieved something that I don't think that any Bahamian has done in a very, very long time, and that is to be the 2nd highest ranked long jumper in 2025. And then, of course, the repeat of the indoor champion. I mean, who would have thought, coming back from a very, very difficult offseason with injuries and a number of setbacks, I think Devon showed that she has the mettle to be a world champion and a world record holder. So it's a great story to tell, and it should make us all proud.
We definitely are proud. So what were the key factors that contributed to Team Bahamas' success at the World Athletics Indoor Championships? Was it the preparation? Was it the coaching? Was it something else?
I think that there is a standard. Bahamians expect to do well. Our athletes prepare to be the best. And we are devoid of the idea that we're a small country. When we say we're going to compete, it doesn't matter who we come against. And as I reminded people today, we were better than Poland, we were better than the Swiss, we were better than the Americans, the Jamaicans, and the Netherlands. So that makes us global in our presence. And I think that when you sat in the stands and people saw the Bahamas, they are reminded of just how good we are and how hard we work in this sport.
That is something to be proud of. And as president of the B3s, how do you feel to see Team Bahamas consistently performing on the world stage? And what does this mean for the success of Bahamian athletics?
Well, you know, this sport is a thankless job. We're not paid to do this work. And it's so gratifying that I almost feel like a teacher. You wonder why teachers aren't the highest paid people on the island. Because their contribution is priceless. And the same for track and field. I think that we go in and day out, and it's a tough grind, but we establish a level of expectation as a country, not only on the track, but we want kids to do well in their professional and personal lives. And so every day is about achieving those objectives. And so when an athlete ascends to the very top, it isn't by accident. It is a deliberate act that we put in place every day. And I think that that is what makes track and field such a wonderful sport, even for those who aren't the best. It's a discipline that we try to instill in everyone who comes through our corridor and say, I want to be an athlete. No, you want to be more than an athlete. You want to be a contributor to the way we live in this country. And that's important to the Federation.
Well, looking ahead to the upcoming Carifta Trials, what are your expectations for Team Bahamas in this year's competition after you would have seen the performances at the Nationals on the past weekend?
And I missed the Nationals. I wish I could trade being here than being in China. No, I couldn't miss the gold medal performance. But I understand the Nationals was just a high watermark in our sport. The special thing about the Nationals this time around was a deep integration of athletes from almost every school competing at a very high level. Even my son, who doesn't run track and field, he ran the 4x4, and he was excited to be a part of his school's team. And that kind of thing deepens the presence of our sport throughout the country and throughout all schools. So that was significant, important for our federation. But when you get into the granular of it and you look at the performances, we had some outstanding performances. And I think it sets us up for a very exciting Carifta Challenge when we go to Trinidad. The theme that we have coined is We Name Bahamas.
Take that.
And so we're telling the region that we're coming. And even if we don't have it here in the Bahamas, we're going to Trinidad and we can tell them our name is the Bahamas. And that is the expectation. And I'm excited about the athletes that are going to be competing. We have the triplets we call the Zions, who will be challenging the 400 meters at trials. And I know that Aiden Kelly will be there to be hopefully the spoiler. But we have some tremendous talent. Zion Shepherd ran 46 seconds. And almost everyone is running 47 seconds. And so I believe that we have a team that will beat Jamaica in the 4x4, among many other exciting performances. We have a wonderful young talent in the under-17 division, Kay Ezra Thomas. We have Jose Johnson, and so many more. When I start calling names, then I get myself in trouble.
Yeah, you don't want to miss anybody out, but that sounds phenomenal. You know, a lot of people we look forward to the relays, but all of the events are important, and you like the momentum that is associated with each event as well. So how does the B3As prepare its athletes for the high stakes of Carifta Trials, especially given the level of competition from the rest of the Caribbean? You made it clear just now that we will show that we are the Bahamas and we here. So what does that look like?
So we as Bahamians, we tend to look at the final product. Y'all win any medal this time? Because if y'all ain't win no medal, then we have a problem, right? But I think the journey for us is the Kids Athletics program. Our development program is perhaps one of the best in the world. In fact, World Athletics had a pilot program here because many years ago, Lord Sebastian Coe came to the Bahamas, and he was at the track during a regular track and field practice. And he said, well, what's going on? What event is happening? And we told him that this is a regular day in track and field. We have hundreds of kids who are at the track just wanting to be a part of greatness and to be a part of this wonderful social interaction in a safe space. And so our Kids Athletics program is the foundation for everything. That's where all of the discovery takes place. And it's a program that's not necessarily geared towards being competitive. It's a program that's geared towards attracting young kids into a safe space, in a space where they can have fun and be active.
And what message would you like to send to young athletes who are looking up to Team Bahamas and hoping one day to represent our country on the world stage?
I say look at Devon Charlton. When she was in the category of kids athletics, many people remember her running like this and coming last. Today, she's an inspiration. And so sometimes running fast doesn't mean running fast first. It's about braving the course, being patient, being consistent, and being disciplined.
Well, Jamaica, we wish you all of the success at the upcoming Caribbean trials, and of course, good luck to Team Bahamas once they head to Trinidad and Tobago.
I hope I see you at the trials, and I hope I see the entire country there as well, having fun with us.
Well, we will be there cheering you on.
April 4th to 6th.
Awesome. Get the dates? You get the dates, guys? Well, we have a representative from Lee Recalibrations to tell us more about what they have to offer. That's up after the break.
Bahamas Striping Group of Companies, we have been in Exuma now for the past 4 years, carrying out our paving program. A part of our company's philosophy is producing work to international standards. So when you look at our paving division, we have a state-of-the-art lab to do all of our testing in-house, as well as a state-of-the-art asphalt plant with a trained technician carrying out the work on that site. The overarching goal of our company is to produce the work that we're doing in the entire Bahamas to international standards. We also make a difference by the training of our staff. We have a very intensive training program going on to where we are teaching young men how to learn the art of striping. Being a young man myself, I've made mistakes in the past. I was given a second chance to better my life, and it's only fitting that we pass that along. What's important for us is giving them a second chance for them to get a skill and a career that could take them further in life.
Diet-friendly special.
As healthcare facilities across the Bahamas increasingly rely on accurate and reliable medical equipment, Lee Recalibrations is at the forefront of ensuring safety and precision in the industry. This locally owned business has made it their mission to provide top-tier calibration and repair services, ensuring that medical instruments function at their best when lives are on the line. In studio to discuss more about Lee Recalibrations is Kishmir McKinsey. Welcome, Kishmir, to What's Trending.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Awesome to have you here. So tell us about your experience as a biomedical engineer and how it led you to starting Lee Recalibrations.
Well, I always wondered why things worked the way they work, how things work. That's just how my mind is, you know. And I remember growing up in Grand Bahama when my mother would take me to the Rand Memorial Hospital. A lot of times things would not be in service, you know, and as I grew older, I would say, you know, when I become an adult, I want to be a doctor. I want to be a doctor. And as I neared that phase in my life, I said, that's not the only way I can make an impact. And I saw an untapped market here in the Bahamas, and that was engineering as it relates to the medical devices in the medical field. It fit me because I am the type of person, like I said, I just always wonder how things work. I went off to school in the US and I found a true love for it. I studied there, I worked there, and I want to be able to come back home now to the Bahamas and make an impact in my very own community.
Oh, so that's a wonderful story. So what inspired you specifically to focus on medical equipment, calibration, and repairs back home? I mean, we understand the how, but talk to us a little more specifically about that particular area.
In working in the U.S., I worked in pharmaceuticals and medical devices. And I like the pharmaceutical industry, but I found a love for the medical device industry because I got hands-on experience, right? And in cross-training in different departments, I wound up in calibrations at one point. And I loved going in the field and going to the labs and calibrating scales and pressure gauges. I love that, you know. It wasn't just the monotonous day-to-day behind the desk. And like, I just want to be able to come back home to the Bahamas and do the same things that I love to do. And that's why I'm here.
Awesome. So how do you stay updated with the latest advancements in medical technology and calibration standards?
In order to do that, you have to be on top of the regulations as it relates to international regulations like the ISO 17025 and the ISO 13485. So I go to trade shows, I go to conferences, and I read. A lot of reading.
That's key, because this is a very important area of focus.
Yes.
Yeah. So what types of medical equipment do you specialize in calibrating and repairing?
We specialize in patient monitors, X-ray machines, MRI machines, anesthesia machines, defibrillators, incubators, ovens. We not only work in the medical device sector, but we also work in the manufacturing and the industrial sector as well. So in manufacturing, you have things like pressure gauges, floor scales. There are many things, even on a manufacturing line, that need to be calibrated to make sure that it is producing as it should be producing. Just as with medical devices, you want to make sure if I take this patient monitor to take a reading, I can take an accurate reading.
That's important. When you started listing it off, the X-ray and all these other stuff, those are things that you, like you mentioned, you need to have accurate readings so that the doctors can do what they need to do if they need to make any adjustments, maybe in medication or whatever. This is a really, really critical area. So what are some of the more common issues you encounter with medical devices, and how do you address them?
Commonly, I think the one thing that people don't think about is as simple as, okay, this is a chair, right? Imagine this is a piece of equipment, and I move this equipment. People don't think about, in moving the equipment, that can affect the calibration of that equipment, because when you move things, you have things like drift. You might move it, and you might move it from this room to another room, and the temperature, the environmental conditions are different, and that again can affect the calibrated state of something. And I think commonly that's the most important thing we see, because nobody thinks about that, right? Like, you have to have the expertise to know that, ooh, that actually matters. That affects the validated state of that. So, yeah, that's what I say.
So if companies are interested in becoming clients of Leary Calibrations, how can they get in contact with you?
They can contact us on our website, LearyCalibrations.com. There is a consultation that's completely free. You send us an email and we can book something with them, or they can contact us via email at info@LearyCalibrations.com. They can also contact us via phone at 242-803-5974.
Well, thank you, Kishmir, for joining us on What's Trending, and all the best in your future endeavors with Leary Calibrations.
Thank you.
And with the young people.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Well, after the break, we are taking a trip down to Exuma. Stay with us.
For over half a century, we've been more than just an airline. We've been a bridge, connecting families, dreams, and memories across the islands and beyond. Behind every seat sold and every journey planned, there's a dedicated team committed to making air travel affordable and accessible to everyone. At Bahamas Air, we're not just building connections, we're building a safe and dependable airline where quality service is paramount and an excellent travel experience is our priority. Wherever you're going, we're here to take you there with care, with heart, and with the promise of unforgettable journeys. We are family, and just like family, we're committed to taking care of our own. Your Bahamas Air is our Bahamas Air, because here at Bahamas Air, we don't just fly here, we live here.
Hi, I'm Brent Burrows, Vice President of Retail and Sales at CBS Bahamas and the CBS Pro Store. Not only do we guarantee the best prices on all your favorite building materials, but we're proud to offer the best delivery program in all of Nassau. Whether you buy one box of screws or a truckload of plywood, island-wide delivery is just $5. And for our Family Island customers, we're proud to offer complimentary drop-off to the mailboat of your choice. Visit us today at the CBS Pro Store on Robinson Road and check out our website to set up your next delivery.
Bark's Mobile Animal Sterilization Hospital, or MASH, was recently set up in Exuma. The jewel has one small growing issue that its Member of Parliament and Deputy Prime Minister wants to have handled the right way. The expanding stray dog and cat population curbed as more than 150 animals were spayed and neutered. Take a look at how the operation unfolded.
This is compassion in action, really, when we see the love that Bahamians generally have for their animals. And then sometimes we see them go astray on the street, living in less than favorable conditions. We want to see how we can control the overpopulation, if you will, and to ensure our animals receive more love. We thought this would be an important occasion, really, to get Bark to come here to Exuma to put on this initiative.
Deputy Prime Minister and Member of Parliament for Exuma and Ragged Island, I. Chester Cooper, sharing how plans got in motion for Bark to touch down with its MASH operations. Cooper shares why the operation was beneficial to residents.
Exuma has its share of what we call stray animals, and for the benefit of the community, benefit of our tourism industry, and really a show of support for the residents who love their animals. I'm really excited by what I see here today. I had an opportunity to watch one of the fine dogs of Rollville be neutered. That was quite an experience. Got a little queasy mid-surgery, but the reality of it is I was able to really live what this fine team do every day. They're providing an incredible service to the community here, an incredible service to the Bahamas. I applaud them for the great work that they're doing.
Bark had its mobile operation room ready for action along with 19 team members for the project that's expected to last for several weeks. 2 capture vehicles were also taken to the island as well to secure the animals who were crated until their operations. DPM chatted with Bark team members and even observed one of the operations. Team members seemed prepared for any eventuality, even wrapping a dog in a towel that appeared a little unruly.
So the DPM called us, and he spends so much time here, and he recognizes that there are so many dogs. They're wandering the streets. They're a nuisance to a lot of the tourists. So we put the clinic together to focus on 2 separate areas, 2 separate weekends for high volume spay and neuter. So we have our teams out there. We're collecting animals, going house to house, trapping at places like the dump or packs of animals, and people can bring their animals in. Call me, make an appointment, they bring them in, and we're doing about 50 a day.
Well, today is no ordinary day. It's Purple Day, and it's not about the color of your favorite grapes or the shade of your aunt's questionable wallpaper. It's about raising awareness for something really important: epilepsy. Now, you might be thinking, what's with the purple? Is it some sort of royal fashion statement? Well, kind of. But the purple's for a good reason. It's the official color for epilepsy awareness. So today we rock purple to show our support, to start conversations and spread knowledge. Let's face it, the more we know, the more we can help. Epilepsy affects millions of people worldwide, but it's not talked about enough. In fact, did you know that 1 in 26 people will develop epilepsy at some point in their lifetime? That's a lot of people, and that's why we need to talk about it. Remember, raising awareness doesn't have to be dull. It can be as fun as the latest TikTok dance, just with more purple and fewer glittery filters. So what are you waiting for? Put on that purple shirt, post those selfies, and let's make purple a day to remember, because when we stand together, we make a real difference. Plus, who doesn't love purple? It's the color of creativity and of courage, and yes, of amazing people like you. Stay with us. There's more after the break.
To be a part of What's Trending, DM us on Instagram at What's Trending on ZNS.
Here at Immigration Care Service, you can trust us, especially if you have experienced issues or problems with the U.S. immigration at the borders. We'll do our best to provide options and solutions to immigration roadblocks so travelers can continue visiting the U.S. and residents can continue living their lives in the U.S. without worries. The best part? Our services are affordable and accessible. Take the mystery, confusion, and fear out of your immigration concerns. Contact Immigration Care Service today.
Diet-friendly special.
That's all the time we have for today. Unfortunately, there will be no What's Trending tomorrow, Thursday, March 27. Monday, we will be back at 6 p.m. with a new slate of guests and content just for you. Enjoy your weekend, everyone.
At the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas, I'm Clint Watson, and this is ZNS.